Welcome back, YouTube. Okay, let's get into it. I feel like if this opportunity can be used for haters or just the expose the industry people, for lack of a better term, I mean, everybody's got their own life experiences, so to each their own, right? But I feel like if this opportunity can be used for those who are trying to disclaim others in the space, then it can be used to credit those in the space too. And I feel like if they're gonna get some clout off of this, fuck it, why not throw my hand in the pot? Probably wondering what I'm talking about. Well, for those of you who do not know, you could just call me King, and I've been trading now for 5-6 years, going probably 6, 5.5, 6, something like that. And yeah, and sometimes I go live here on YouTube. Sometimes my life is really, like, I'm a dad, full-time dad. I work still. I'm not where I want to be with this shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to say that this shit fake. I've had some really good months, and I could put up my January this year profits. I'm not gonna get into February because I did blow an account with Top Step, and so I've been slacking on the live streams. When I get my time to, I'll love to, but it's just like in the mornings I still be having stuff to do. I don't really get to sit down and be at my screen and give it my full undivided attention. Sometimes I'm just checking the chart on the side, you know what I mean? But look, I have no problem sharing things. Now, that being said, we are humans and we know how this shit go. You walk around with a big Cuban on and you blinged out, iced out, people gonna feel some type of way. You might get ran up on, get snatched if you running around the wrong people, showing off, being flashy. And they say, like, why you never see Bill Gates dripped out? It's because ain't nobody trying to look like money, you don't gotta look like money to have money. Now, we can get into fashion and all of that, and that's a whole nother story. Ain't nothing wrong with looking nice and even popping out and showing people like you could put that shit on. But when it's a daily thing, when you make it your lifestyle, and then you have some clout, like you have people that watch you or watch for you, like you're famous or you semi-famous or whatever the case may be, it gets dangerous, you know what I'm saying? And so, in the words of YG, stay dangerous. You gotta be smart, you gotta think for yourself too. Like, you can't just be out here showing everything you got. Now, who in their right mind is gonna be making a substantial sum of money and not be moving accordingly, not be and then like be presenting that lifestyle and not have things like security, not have things like people that you trust and having somebody there to watch your back? It's either that or you don't show everything. You can't be showing all the withdrawals. You can't be showing account balances and stuff like that, because that'll get you caught up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody look at that and be like, you know what? I want that. And it's a lot easier to jack this man, this woman, than to get it on my own. Shoot, even people that don't got it like that, there's an old lady rolling around in her Rolls Royce or her Benz that got jacked yesterday. I'm not saying that happened, I don't know, but come on now, it probably did. Let's be real. Shit be happening, people be losing their identity, people be scamming, trying to like steal people's information and all types of stuff. And then that's a headache on the person who's got to deal with that. It gets to a certain point where like everybody wants proof, but again, we got to be real about it. Like, how much proof can you show without being a target, putting a target on your back? I still be going live or whatever, I still be trying to help, but I'm not big, you know what I mean? I'm small. This video blow up, even then, still, like, you rob me right now, you'll be getting a vape and some car keys that you can't even drive the car, because these motherfuckers, it's a push to start and these keys don't be working. It needs a new battery. So you wouldn't even be able to drive the car. You'd have to know how to finesse this thing. And at that point, you might as well go hotwire somebody else's car. And also, this car ain't nothing but like a $13,000 car. So you wouldn't be taking much, realistically, right? There's better licks. If you looking for that, if you that type of person, you feel me? And those type of people exist. I wish them peace. I wish them healing. Everybody's doing what they feel like they gotta do. Some people just extra, whatever the case may be. But again, you gotta protect your neck. That's on Wu-Tang. You don't know who Wu-Tang is? Go look them up. Look up Protect Your Neck by Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang for the kids. Trading, is it real? Is it fake? It's a thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's people who do find success in this space. If you're not finding success, lots of times it's due to lack of knowledge, lack of discipline, lack of guidance, whichever way it goes. You just gotta think smart. Again, I feel like if the disclaimers can get clout or attention off of this, why not somebody who actually is real within their space, you know what I'm saying? And within my space, I do this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm making all this type of money, even if I was, because I don't need all y'all in my business like that. Now, what I choose to show is what I choose to show, because I got to the point to where I'm at strictly off of content like this, you know what I mean? Strictly off of people trying to put other people on. Y'all ever heard of Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma? You know what I mean? Go look it up if you haven't. But finances, money, ownership, it's the thing. And if it's not trading, it's somebody trying to teach you how to run a business. It's somebody trying to teach you all these tax loopholes, or it's somebody trying to teach you a trade in which you can leverage that to go make money somehow. Everybody's trying to get it, you know what I mean? We're all trying to make a living and survive out here, and ain't shit free. So when you do happen to find resources that aid in your progress, you know, whether that be taking an online course in anything, you know what I'm saying? You can go be a plumber, go do a course on that, and then boom, now you can go start advertising yourself as a plumber, make a brand, get a business, start an LLC, whatever the case may be, right? You could do all of that. And this is really no different. It's a learning curve. To those who know how to do the job, they can do the job. It's hedge funds and all this stuff for a reason, you know what I'm saying? It's 401ks for a reason, you know what I mean? Like, people are making money however which way they go about it. And if you choose to be skeptical about anything, that's fair game. Who am I to tell you you're wrong? Recently, right? Recently, let's go over it. The DOYLE exchange situation. He posted a video, a live trading video, and in that video, there's some frames you could catch it saying demo account. And on the P&L he showed, you could catch it saying 0 and then flipping to 18,000. Now, I'm not finna sit here and worry myself about is this man faking the funk, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, where I'm at with my trading journey, I wouldn't be where I'm at without this man and the information he's put out for free. And yeah, I even was in the Discord for a month. Get your money, man. I ain't gonna lie. If people were tapping into me like that, I would be doing the same thing, because it's time. I gotta put it in time to sit here and be present for you guys. And I got a whole child. I got a whole mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm someone's son. I'm someone's father. I got responsibilities I gotta attend to. Now, yeah, make this money and I can feed in and pour into those cups that I gotta be responsible for. But again, get your money. If people are listening, if people are watching, get your money. You know what I mean? What are reality TV personalities doing? You know what I mean? They're not even giving you any game to actually better yourself. They're just sitting there making an ass out of themselves for the world to see, and they're getting paid for it. I mean, you can have your opinion on what people do, but at the end of the day, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing for yourself? Again, like I said, if the disclaimers could use this opportunity to get more views, get more clicks, whatever the case may be, I'm finna do the same thing, you know what I mean? The great thing about life, you know what I'm saying? I really want to find a better way to say this, but you know, real G's move in silence. You know, you don't gotta say anything. You don't need the external validation. You don't need somebody to tell you you're doing right for you to be doing right. And so you got to think, like, what are you doing by making content trying to expose somebody? If you're actually getting some clicks, if you actually got some viewership and you're just pushing the content and just talking about today's topic or whatever the case may be, cool for you. You know, more power to you, feel me? Don't go getting in no fights over it though, when you know it's just content, right? How deep are you willing to die for what you're saying? You know what I mean? Not like I'm coming for your neck, like anybody's coming for your neck, you know what I'm saying? But it's so many people who want to sit there and have the conversation, and we have people like on the internet all the time that get into these arguments, and it's like it's another person on the side of that, and you got to ask yourself sometimes, like, what am I doing here as a person arguing with someone online, and then what are they doing with themselves? You know what I mean? And then you can go click on it and you can go do all your research and you can stalk a person up and whatever the case may be, but is it taking food off your plate for real? If the wrong thing gets said about you, that's bad for business, you know what I mean? I think to those who truly are just handling what they gotta handle, you adjust, we adapt, and you keep it pushing. You know, it's nothing, you know what I mean? We already know you can't take nothing when you're gone, and nothing lasts forever. Gotta be multifaceted. That's why you got a 401k, right? At your job, if that's what you're doing, you got a 401k so you could be diversified, so you could have something set aside. You got a savings account so you can have something set aside. And if you don't have those things, you need to be thinking, how can you get yourself set up for success like that? Because it's a hustle out here. It's not easy, I don't think, for anybody. Some people have it maybe easier, but everybody's got to work for what they got. Maybe you're a nepo baby and things are being handed to you. Even that don't last in the long run, because your parents gotta die and they may leave it for you, and they will. That's cool, but you gotta respect those who went out there and got it on their own. You got to. Or we all know somebody who's just asking for money all the time, and maybe on a small scale it's people asking him for $5, $10. Let me borrow this, let me hold that, hey, you can spot me here, you know what I mean? And that person is annoying. Not really, because you may have love for that person. That might be your friend, that might be your brother, but it can get annoying as hell for sure when that person is unappreciative of what they're getting, and nobody wants to see that. And hopefully you don't want to be that person. Take it how you will, you feel me? But unless you're sitting there with someone doing the work, unless you're supporting someone and they're supporting you day in and day out, who knows, man? You could be in a relationship and you and your partner leave for work, y'all separate jobs every day, and y'all got to come back together at the end of the day or after work and talk about what happened. And some days you may be drained from work and you're not going to remember everything they told you, and they're not going to remember everything you told them. That's okay, you know what I mean? We're our own people, so who am I to go say, you know what, my partner's not pulling their weight, or they got it easy, woe is me, like I'm the one who really needs the help out here. It's like, no, we all need help, we all need a little support. And before you go trying to discredit someone who is not really hurting anyone, because if you want to really look at it, you're choosing to sit here and watch this video. People are choosing to go buy these courses, whether fake guru, real guru. People are choosing to go to college. People are choosing to go into this field, that field, and they make that decision based off their own experience. And if you work hard, you get rewarded for what you do. And you gotta know, like, before you put all your eggs in one basket, is this worth it? Is this for me? That's not for anybody to decide but the person. I don't want this video to be too long, so I guess that's all I gotta say. Aside from that, link in the bio. Sign up, you can get $100 after your first qualifying direct deposit. They got fee-free overdraft up to, I believe, $200 depending on how much you get deposited. That's called Spot Me. I'm talking about Chime if you haven't figured it out yet. Link in the bio. Tap in, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to keep going live as often as I can, but like I said, I'm a dad, I'm a son, I have responsibilities. Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays when I can, 7:30 Central Standard Time. I don't know what time that is your time. Latest I'm gonna be on is 10:30, and I'll get on at 7:30, I'll get off at 10:30, the latest. Sometimes before that. It just depends on how the day goes. I'm King, I trade futures, and I hope this video was somehow informative to you and gave some value back to you. At the end of the day, it's your life. Don't go spending money you don't have. Take care of yourself, then we can go out here and fucking take care of everybody else. As simple as that. You can't take care of everybody else, don't be out here trying to. Don't be trying to be Superman when you working on just being the man that you want to be, or woman, whatever the case may be. I love you. I hope you know you got God on your side. Peace.